shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be, what you can truly be. Giants are coming to view, shining sparkle light on you. Yeah, give your strength to carry on. Yeah, yeah, make your body big and strong. Yeah, oh, control of the sun. Yeah, yeah, so my way can't just begun. Yeah, all I heard was still low. Yeah, you're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be. You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be. You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Q&A with Val Nek, myself, and the Galactic Federation. So happy September. I can't believe it's almost over. I was gonna use that song September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, but it was so overplayed. It was so overplayed, so I was like, no, I'm gonna use something different. So I hope you guys liked it. So I'm going to start with my spiel first. There's a point that I want to make that I think is worth repeating. Is it's not important that we're all connected through the mind. We're trying to come out of mass consciousness and back into the heart. And what happened, or what's happened on planet Earth, is that basically extraterrestrials of a hive consciousness have imprinted their consciousness on ours. And so a lot of humans, or a lot of us, want to be thinking the same, acting the same. A lot of people call this the matrix, fitting in, trying hard to fit in. This is hive consciousness. And these beings, I'll just use the Greys as an example, from Orion, they have bought into the fact that they are their mind. So any alternative viewpoint is a threat to the hive, and they are the hive. And if the hive is not all thinking the same, then the hive dies, and therefore they die too. So it's literally life or death for them that they all think the same. And if you notice, if you look around in the community or just on planet Earth in general, people are really threatened when people start thinking differently than them, right? But it's not actually a threat. It's actually an illusion. We are much bigger than that. So it's important to come out of the mind and into the heart. So no information, and you can see how our governments have played a part in it with cancel culture and censorship. It's different information or alternative viewpoints. It's not a threat to anybody. It's just a threat to the hive. It's a threat to mass control, right? So if we're not all thinking the same, that's totally fine. Actually, that's winning. That's awesome. So we're doing a great job, everyone. There was another point that I wanted to make. Someone asked on the last Q&A, which was a great point, why or how can there be war in 5D? And, I think here we have bought into the perception that there's a heaven and there's a hell, and somehow we've kind of made this idea that 5D is heaven and everything is great there, and it's basically beautiful, and we're all in our light bodies just floating around. And it's 5D is density, right? So I've said this before, we're kind of like in the basement, and I like basements, that's fine. But 5D is like here, it's just a different density. It's a higher density, so the atoms are further apart, so there's more space in between them, and so it feels a little bit differently, but there's still a physicality to it. There's still density. Same thing with 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D. When we talk about extraterrestrials who are in 9D, they are beings in a physical body. They are spirits, souls, light in a physical body that are in a physical density. When you're not in a density anymore, you're one with all that is. When you're not in your body anymore, well, really, we're all connected. But if you were to leave your body and die, then you are one with all that is, and you are basically we all are the fabric of the universe. When I speak from a spiritual perspective, I'm talking about the energy of source, the energy that binds all of us together. And there is no physicality, there is no density to it, right? It transcends all density and all dimensions. So my friend Val Nek is in 5D, so he gives his perspective from what life is like there in 5D. And a lot of my videos are from, I don't need to tell you guys what it's like to live in 3D, but what I try to do is give a perspective from source or of source, the energy that transcends all densities and all dimensions. So it's a little bit different, right? So that's my answer to that. Let me grab a drink. You know, I talk so fast, it makes my mouth dry, so excuse me. But another point is too, so disclosure is a military operation. ET disclosure is a military operation. And the Galactic Federation has a governing body of laws. And so they're working with our military on full disclosure and full ET contact and stuff like this. And one thing that has to happen, this is also worth repeating that I've said before, is our military is the one who has advanced technology, like spaceships and all of that. And so it's their responsibility first to reveal it to the public or reveal it to people, and then the ETs can make contact with us. Once we're all aware of the advanced technology and we are aware that our military has spaceships and spacecrafts, then the Federation, through their governing body of laws, can say, okay, they are equal to us, and they can present themselves, and we can live as equals and be a multi-planetary society. So that's why building and manufacturing the advanced technology is so is such a big deal and is so important. And so it's a military operation, and this is why I repeat. So it's not Congress that's in charge of the military. It's the executive branch. It's the commander-in-chief. Who's the commander-in-chief? It's the United States. I'm talking about the specifically who is the forerunner of this is the United States. So woohoo, you know, we can still be proud, to all the Americans out there. We can still be proud to be American. I love living in the US. So, and also to note, most people, the UFO community is so focused on, tell us the aliens are real, tell us the truth. But the truther community is not really that impressed with all this UFO stuff, because they want freedom, or they're more aware that we need, I don't want to be censored for this, so I won't say this, but when you go to vote and stuff like that, they're more concerned with that kind of stuff, and making sure, if we are taxed, that our money goes to us and not trillions of dollars over to overseas. So, because if we don't have freedom, right? If we don't have freedom, then who cares about aliens flying in the sky? It doesn't matter, right? And the crux of everything, of all of this, of the truth of it all, quote unquote, is the little people, and the truth about the little people, and the sound of freedom type stuff. Okay, that's the crux of why ETs are here to begin with. So the truth has to be revealed about that. And that would be another step forward. So there's steps to everything being revealed. So, stay tuned. Okay, so I'll start with Val Nek. He says, the first thing he says is, my supervisor gives his respects to the people. He has a message. There are many people who watch Megan. They admire her. We do too. He's winking. He says, we have compassion for them. They want to know why they are not contacted, why they do not have contact. Look within your heart. We are there. We are assisting. We are helping. Be strong within yourself. The time will come. We will work as one. We will be together. Not yet. And he's underlying it. Continue to go within. This is his message. So that's another point too. It's not contact through the mind. It's contact through the heart. Val Nek says, I will show you a picture. He's showing me the sun, and he's showing me Earth's souls. And inside the sun it looks sort of like a matrix, or like a Merkaba, if you will, like a gigantic one. And he's saying your people are aspects of light. We are all aspects of light. Our stars are connected together. And then he's showing me like what we would call the Pleiades and the different stars there. And they also have like a Merkaba within them. And they are different aspects of light on their planet. And then they're showing me Source. And it's all of the suns or all of the stars together, like all of the Merkabas behind it together, and they move as one. Our hearts beat the same. This is our message. Interesting. So we're all aspects of light. There you have it. So the first question, Val Nek, is why can't you just call Megan on her cell phone so we can hear your voice and prove that you are real? He says, I have an answer, a very good one. He's winking. This is not safe. I cannot do it. This puts Megan at risk, our communication systems at risk. This is a safety issue. There are many people on your planet. They are our enemies. They want to intercept us. We use our communication systems only. This is our way. He's showing me the, sort of the technology command center, and then he's showing me the station, the Galactic Federation, station, and then Earth is kind of over here. And, he's showing me the command center. He's saying communication secure. And then he's showing me the moon. He's showing me the Space Force base on the moon, and he's showing the, it's like a frequency, or it's really like a communication, but it's a frequency that is going there. He says, he's talking about Space Force, he says, they have technology to receive our communications. It is very similar to ours. It is in essence the same technology. He's trying to find the right word for it. I can't think of the right word either. He says, I will put it simply, it is made like ours. It is the same model, if you will. I think this is the word. Yeah, so, okay, we'll use that word. He says, this is important. It is a higher density technology. The Greys, the Nebu, the reptilians, other agencies cannot intercept. It is safe and it is secure. This is how we do it. And he's showing me too, implants, communications between soldiers, and I have one too. He's saying it is secure communication, very safe, and he's underlining it. This is how we communicate. Yeah, that would be fun though, like if he could call me on my cell phone and we could put him on speaker. Val Nek's voice kind of sounds like, he kind of sounds like a Viking, if that makes sense. So I don't know, you're welcome to use your imaginations. This is also a great question. Val Nek, if we can control the future with the timeline technology, then why do bad things like the Maui fires still happen? He says, Megan has asked me to use images. This is how your people can relate. It helps you understand. I will show you. There are many disasters, as you call them, that have already been prevented with our fabulous technology. We work very hard. We are the best of the best. I have said before, and I will repeat again, the U.S. Navy, Special Forces, has this technology. They work with us. We help them. He's saying, we use the technology to secure a timeline for your people. In a timeline, what you perceive as good things and bad things happen. It is inevitable. We prevent master disasters. When you say master, he's saying, I will use a different word at Megan's request, a big disaster, how you call it. He's showing me a map of the world. He's saying this technology is a military operation. He's showing me different things or different places all over the world. And it's like, we need to win here. This needs to happen. We need to win here. And these are the events that need to happen so that we win the war or that we have the best possible timeline. And everything outside of those events are irrelevant to the goal of the timeline. So you can have like a hurricane over here. You can have another battle over here that happens. You can have another quote unquote accident over here that happens. And it does not matter. It does not affect the timeline because these events have already secured the timeline. He says, I will also repeat, we are not here to save you. It is not your military's responsibility to prevent everything. This is not possible. This is not reality. Okay. So, Val Nek, the next question is, I don't know why they are laughing. Forgive me, sorry, I'm being distracted. Forgive me if this has been answered, but there are other people that have walked into the room up there, and so they are excited to listen. They didn't know that Val Nek and I were like filming this morning or recording a video, and so they are these other pilots or workers of the Federation are they're not mad they weren't invited, but they are giving them a hard time. He's saying there are many young people that like to listen to us. They are entertained. They find the Terrans entertaining. They like to listen. Okay, so the next question is, did Elon Musk get soul scalped by reptilians and replaced? He says, I don't mean to offend your people. This is a very silly question. I have said this many times. I will repeat again. Do not consent to fear. There are many agencies. They want to undermine us. They want to scare your people. Go within. Can you answer because I think a lot of people will want to know, like, are reptilians still soul scalping people? Like, are they able to do this? He says, I can confirm this is not the case. The Galactic Federation of Worlds, we watch your planet. This is not possible. He says, we have made an alliance with your military to help protect and defend your people. We will be present in the orbit of planet Terra until we are no longer needed. He's repeating, like, this is why, he wants me to repeat, this is why Space Force and all of that is making advanced technology so that we can defend our planet. And until then, until like our military in space is complete, the Galactic Federation watches us and helps protect us from invaders or an invasion. He's saying this is correct. I agree with Megan, and he's winking. he's saying we have won the war on Terra. They do not come back. They will not come back. We are protecting your people. This is our duty. This is my duty. I salute them. Okay, so the next question, Val Nek, is what is the difference between the space fence and the Starshield? And is that technology from the Federation? He's saying, I can confirm it is our technology, very advanced, and he's underlying this. I will repeat again, it will take many years to complete. This is a process. Please ask your people, be patient. We are doing our best. He's showing me the moon, U.S. Space Command and Space Force. The space fence, it's like, it looks like a frequency, like, around our planet and around the moon, and, like, actually satellites even slightly beyond that. He says, yes, this is correct. And it's like, if something moves through it, it is detected, and the Space Force gets an alert. And then he's showing me the Federation, the space station they have, or the station around Earth. It's the same. It's the same technology. It's like the frequency in it is like encrypted. He's saying this is for safety. They cannot intercept the satellite. It is very advanced. Our gift to them. And then so I think the Starshield, from what I read, is just like internet for the military, internet for government application systems. He's saying, yes, this is correct. Do you have anything else to say about it? He's saying, I cannot disclose. At a future date, we will disclose. He's saying, now is not the time. Oh, this is a hot topic, too. Okay, hold on. Recently, the Mexican government displayed mummified aliens to its Congress. Are they real? He's asking me what I think. Well, I want to know what you think. He says, I cannot interfere with your people's perception. You are welcome to speculate. Dang. I don't think that they, okay, well, let me ask you this. Are they, if an ET were to crash here, would their body, like, would their bone density last, like, how does that work? He's saying, I'm being asked by my supervisor not to answer the question. He's saying, there are many reasons I do not answer questions. Our body of laws, you have called the Prime Directive. This is one of them. It is up to your people to decide for themselves. We do not interfere. Megan is welcome to speculate. You are welcome to speculate. I thought that, okay, well, I'll just speculate then. I thought they were fake. I thought that they looked silly, and I thought that it was fake. I mean, there were so many memes that were hilarious. There were so many hilarious memes. So I didn't really buy it. Okay, the next question is, well, I'll change. I put a lot of, like, serious questions in here. So, Val Nek, people want to know, like, is there a body of water that you, swim in, like, on your home planet? Like, can you, swim in it like we have the ocean here? He's saying, on my ship, on our ships, this is not possible. We do not take baths, as you call them. This is not possible in space. On my home planet, yes, this is the case. We have oceans, we have water. It is slightly different. He's kind of you trying to find the right words, but I can kind of read his mind. The composition of the water is slightly different. Like it's almost like more salty, or like there's other stuff in it that you wouldn't find here on Earth. He's saying the water is modeled after my home planet. We have different elements there. It is a different experience. Okay. Do you like to go swimming? He's saying it is not my favorite thing. I do not prefer it. Well, there you have it. So the next question is who is in charge of the emergency broadcast system? Who makes sure the emergency broadcast system is working, or who has the ultimate authority over the EPS? He said, I can confirm this is Space Force. They are in charge of all communications. They make sure it is working. It is important. It is not compromised. This is a tactic to scare your people. Do not consent to fear. And he's underlying this. Yeah, there was a lot of, I think it's October 4th, speculation that like we should turn our phones off, that there was going to be like radiation coming through our phones. You guys, if there was like, I think the idea was that the radiation was going to come through our phones and then like activate graphene oxide and like then you die. First of all, that would like fry the phone. And second of all, no. no, thank you. I don't want to pay attention to that. So, okay, this is another one. So NASA released their UFO report, and it does not seem they are being transparent, especially in regards to extraterrestrial life. What do you think? Why do they say what they say, Val Nek? Why aren't they telling the truth about extraterrestrials? He and his friend are talking. He's saying there are many reasons they do not tell the truth. I will show Megan a picture. He's showing me like there's people like who are spokespersons, and it's like they're the front office, and they are actually really led to believe that what they're telling the public is the truth about ETs. That is literally their reality. They aren't aware of any other information. He's saying, I can confirm NASA has had secret operations with the military. They cannot disclose these operations. These are not made public. Megan has said before in the beginning of the video, this is a military operation. NASA, I can confirm, works with Space Force. It is Space Force's duty to be transparent when the timing is right. He's saying this is my answer. And so this is another one you may not be able to answer, Val Nek, but why does NASA name their missions and discoveries after ancient Greek and Egyptian gods? Like, if you guys notice, it's like the Osiris something or other, or the Apollo missions, you know, that kind of thing. They are laughing. He's saying, in history, your people have become confused. This has become part of your culture. It is our duty, the Galactic Federation of Worlds, we do not intervene. This is what your people like to call them. They are welcome to do so. He is reminding me that they have like the prime directive, and so the Greek gods, the Egyptian gods, the Sumerian gods, the Federation, the Galactic Federation cannot comment on them, because it's part of our culture, it's part of our society. And He's saying not all of your people know the names they choose. They like them. We understand. It is okay. So they can't, like, for example, they're not going to go to a meeting with NASA or Space Force or whoever and be like, actually, this is the truth of the history of your planet and blah, blah, blah. It's not, it's, first of all, it's rude. Second of all, it's just they cannot interfere with our culture or our perception of reality. So if NASA wants to name their missions X, Y, or Z, then they are welcome to. He's saying, yes, this is correct. We are polite. We do not interfere with your people. You are welcome to name things as you see fit. This is not our business. Can you comment? I don't know if you could. Could you comment about, actually, I'll try and word the question this way. Can you comment about the history of NASA, and was NASA ever run by people who were occultists or had intentions that were not for the good of humanity? We'll word it that way. They're laughing. His supervisor is making a joke that I am smart in the way that he worded it. They also, I'll tell you this, they also can't give really that much more information than I ask for. Sometimes when I'm asking about certain stuff. He's saying a very smart girl, and he's winking. He says the history of NASA is interesting. I can confirm it was infiltrated by the Dark Fleet. This is no longer. Donald J. Trump, the best of the best. We work with him. We made agreements with him. They're thinking of what to say. He's saying your space programs have been transformed. Our best work. And he's underlying it. He's just saying that's all I can say. Okay, cool. I'll take that. There were more questions. Let's see. We kind of have more time. So let me see. There was someone who said, how will we know when the shift has taken place, and where should we be focusing our attention and energy right now? He's saying in many cases, I refer to Megan. This is her specialty. He's saying, I live in fifth density. This is my home. Your home is on Earth. We have a different perspective. Megan likes to use the word perception. I agree with her. We are always shifting. This is part of life. This is the reason for living. There is no event. There is no shift. In my, he's being interrupted. Hold on. He is kind of explaining that, I'll just use my words. He's kind of explaining that in fifth density, so in 3D, we can kind of perceive things like there might be a big event external to us that causes a shift. But from his perspective or his beliefs in 5D, he sees it as he's always shifting, or the world or the universe is always shifting. So he doesn't want to fear. His supervisor is reminding him not to interfere too much with our perceptions of our belief systems. He's saying this is the purpose of the Envoy program. They speak their truth. They come from different planets. Megan is free to speak her perspective. She has experience with this. I do not. This is not my specialty. And he's underlining this. Yeah, so from my perspective, I agree with Val Nek. I see it the same way he does, is that we are always shifting. We are the shift. There is no shift that happens to us. We are the entire universe. We are source, and we are literally like the gas that makes the car go. So there is no shift that will happen external to us. So yeah, I think we'll end with that. And they're all clapping. um he says I will plead again, do not consent to fear. I salute them. So yeah. So I love you guys, and I'll be back with more videos.